With more on this story, we turn now to WTXL's Greg Bennett. He's live at the Mary Brogan Museum in downtown Tallahassee with more. Greg.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Yeah, we are live here at the Mary Brogan Museum, downtown Tallahassee. Very exciting stuff happening tonight, 6 p.m. Generation Next will be live online. You can check it out at WTXL.tv, or you can check it out on their website. It's called TalkingGenerationNext.com. And in fact, I'm here right now with the forefronter of Generation Next, and he will be leading the discussions here this evening on the show. Chuck Hobbs, thank you so much for joining us. Could you go into a little bit more detail about what Generation Next is all about?
Absolutely. Generation Next is a play on the phrase Generation X. All of the panelists that you will see tonight were born in between 1961 and 1981. So we're considered Generation X. You know that Vice Presidential candidate Paul Ryan is the first person within our generation to be on a national ticket. Some people arguably say President Obama, but more often than not, I've heard him be termed as a late baby boomer as opposed to a Generation Xer. But more importantly, I've been writing for about 20 years since I was a student at Morehouse College. I write for the Tallahassee Democrat. I write for a number of newspapers across the country. And one of my concerns is that the level of political discourse has lessened over the course of even my lifetime. There used to be a time where we would watch the television shows and you would see people sitting down having conversations about our serious issues, and even if they disagreed, they did so with a level of respect. But over the last 20 years, it's almost become tabloid journalism everywhere that you see. So the Sunday morning talk shows are shout fests where everyone is angry at everyone and you don't get anything done. So what we're hoping to do with this show going forward, but definitely tonight, is it's really like a watch party. We're watching the results tonight. We're going to talk about many of the issues that have been discussed on the campaign trail between challenger Mitt Romney as well as President Obama. We hope to give our own spin on it. We have some experts coming in who should be able to provide some analysis on all of these issues. And more importantly, we hope to talk about what's next, what's coming on in terms of next going forward in this country.
You were talking about the categories, the little types of things that you will be discussing. Can you go into a little bit more detail about those?
Absolutely. We're going to deal with the economy. Obviously, we're going to talk about Social Security, tax reform, jobs. Those are some of the issues that have been so prominent over the course of the last year. We want to discuss what would happen if Barack Obama gets a second term with those issues, what would happen if Mitt Romney wins. Similarly, we're going to talk about foreign policy. Obviously, the issues with Benghazi recently in September, where Ambassador Stevens was killed. We want to talk about that. We want to talk about going forward with the Arab Spring happening last year. What will the United States' role be in terms of leading in the Middle East? We're going to discuss all of those things tonight. And of course, we're going to talk about China. I know that there's been a lot about that, but them being a currency manipulator. We want to talk about how do we go forward to try to normalize relations with communist China also. So we're going to have a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun with it, and we're going to discuss what's next.
All right, so quick thing before we get going here, how you feeling about tonight?
Hey, I'm excited. I feel like we're getting ready to go play a ball game. You know, you got the pregame jitters, some butterflies in the stomach, but more importantly, I'm looking forward to sitting down and having some great conversations with some great people and watching the results as they come in.
Chuck, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you.
You heard him. We've got it 6 o'clock tonight, live streaming, WTXL.tv, or of course, TalkingGenerationNext.com. We've got a lot more to talk about here at the museum, but for now, live reporting at the Mary Brogan Museum in downtown Tallahassee, Greg Bennett with WTXL ABC 27, dedicated to you.
All right, Greg.